this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, today's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Saturday the 30th of October. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 61,809 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 63,429. Plenty of support will be needed for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high at 62,980. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 65,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 64,601. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 60,637 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 59s. Second major support level at 59,017 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bullish histograms through the late part of yesterday and at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross. On the MAs, however, 50 has pulled away from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 narrowing on the 200, so look out for a bullish cross there, 100 through the 200, that would deliver support. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 61,809, break back through yesterday's high, 62,980 to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the pivot at 4383 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 4500. Plenty of support will be needed to break out from yesterday's all-time high 4461.96. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 4650 levels before any pull. The second major resistance level sits at 4578. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 4305 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 4100 levels. Second major support level 4188 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD's, widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day after yesterday's bearish cross, so look out for a further widening there. On the MAs, bullish signal, however, 50 continuing to pull away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot 4383 and break through yesterday's all-time high 4461.96 to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 195 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 201. Plenty of support is going to be needed for Litecoin to break back through to 200s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin's target 210s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 205. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level 190 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 180. Second major support level at 184 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, coming off the back of yesterday's late pullback and this morning's loss, so look out for a bearish cross there. On the MAs, bullish signal, however, 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, and we could be seeing a bullish cross 100 through the 200 that would deliver further upside. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot and break through to 200 levels to then target 210s. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, tracking the broader market, going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fall through the pivot at 1.075 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.0959. Support will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.09s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.12s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.1109. Fall through the pivot will bring the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 and the first major support level at 1.0601 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 1.02s. Second major support level at 1.0392 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, bearish cross at the turn of the day coming off the back of this morning's pullback. On the EMAs, 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, but no immediate signs of a bullish cross, so keep an eye on that. So key would be to move now back through the pivot at 1.075 and back through to 1.09s to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play.